Now, electric bikes are not licensed to travel faster than 15.5 miles an hour, but thousands are being sold or modified to achieve speeds of a lot more than that, up to 40 miles an hour.
Yeah, so MPs are calling on the government to do more to regulate the use of e-bikes, many of which are used by riders that work for delivery firms. Midlands correspondent Phil Mackey joined police on the streets of Birmingham.
E-bikes have become one of the most complained about vehicles in our city centres, whizzing past pedestrians on vehicles that go faster than the legal limit.
Well, it's nearly tea time and all the delivery drivers and their e-bikes are stacking up outside every takeaway in town. West Midlands Police have said there are hundreds operating every day and the majority of them are doing so illegally.
And as soon as the police arrive to carry out checks, they scatter.
Stop.
OK.
Stand still. Get off your bike for me now. Get off your bike.
The e-bikes cost thousands of pounds and will be seized and destroyed.
What we're going to do is we're going to conduct some checks on your bike to make sure that to see if it's legal or not. OK. If it's not, we're going to deal with you appropriately. We'll issue tickets and we'll also do some checks on yourself to make sure that you're OK to be working. OK.
That's fine.
OK. So if you can have a look on here on the speedometer. Yeah. So the highest speed that's got to is 36 miles per hour. Generally, the people that ride the bikes know that what they're doing is incorrect and that they shouldn't have the speeds that they are going up to. So that's generally why they try and make off from us. So it is a little bit tricky sometimes for us to try and detain them, but we do get them and get the bikes off the road.
Stop resisting!
And you got hurt?
Yeah, I did last year. Yeah, I got hurt last year trying to stop them, yeah, so...
But nothing too serious, luckily.
Nothing too serious, no.
The problem with speeding riders is even worse if you can't see them coming.
They're a massive nuisance. Anyone within our community who is blind or partially sighted, they're really difficult for us to see, obviously, but we also can't hear them. We use the pavements as a safe space, and it's becoming more and more unsafe and unreliable.
So they're now doing illegal speeds on the footpath, and you don't know they're there until it's gone whizzing past you. By that time, it scared the living daylights out of myself and my guide dog.
Two of the drivers who were stopped were here illegally too. They were arrested but released straight away on bail. The others given penalty notices.
We're looking for anything above 3.7 mile an hour.
They've been modified to drive at speeds far in excess of the legal limit, which is 15.5 miles an hour. All of these are capable of more than 40 miles an hour. One could do more than 70.
Sorry.
Well, after that initial flurry of seizures of illegal e-bikes, most of them cleared out of the city centre, but they've caught another one that looks to have been modified. That will bring to 12 the total seized this evening, and they will stay in the city centre for the next few hours to see how many more they can take away.
Phil Mackey, BBC News, Birmingham.
We're joined on the programme now by cycling journalist and report author Laura Laker. Morning, Laura.
Morning.
So what did you find? You've looked at this so closely.
Yeah, so as we've seen in this piece, we know that some delivery riders are riding quickly, and they're riding on what we call fake e-bikes. So they're not actually the e-bikes that you find in shops, which are regulated to 15.5 miles an hour. They have to be pedal operated. And they go through rigorous testing. These are machines that have been modified. They're illegal for use on UK roads, and police treat them like motorbikes. So they're riding quickly, and also they don't pass fire safety standards. So that means that they're catching fire in people's homes. They don't have the safety. Sometimes they don't even have fuses. And you do one thing wrong with them. You plug in the wrong charger. They might come with multiple charging things, or you can buy them online, and then they can catch fire. And it's absolutely devastating for the people who are charging them at home. And so there's that issue. And then it's all being driven, as we've seen in the video, by delivery firms.
Yeah.
So delivery companies are using a legal loophole which classes workers as they're not workers, basically, because they can substitute one rider for another. And so that takes away any need to pay them minimum wage. It takes away any oversight by the company. And that means that people being paid on per drop basis are pushed to make as many deliveries as they can in as short a time as possible. And so they're taking risks, and that's why we see them rushing through pedestrian areas and putting people's safety at risk, including themselves. And I'd say the other bad actor in this piece, so there's the Deliveroo, the Uber Eats, the Just Eat, these big delivery companies, which are kind of using this loophole. And then there's also the online sellers. So that's, you know, Amazon and eBay. It's very easy to find this equipment online. So the conversion kits and these products, some of which have, you know, fire warnings. Yeah. And a quick search on Amazon when we were doing the inquiry found unfused plugs, so no fuse on the plug, multiple chargers, you plug the wrong one in, you could have a fire at home, and ones that are basically off-road motorbikes that are being marketed as for the roads.
I wonder what you make of the response from these delivery firms as well. I mean, Deliveroo says using a legal roadworthy vehicle, clear condition of a rider's service agreement. They say they've held 30 events over the past year to reiterate the importance of using compliant e-vehicles. Uber Eats says the safety of customers, couriers, general public, top priority, that they must abide by applicable laws. But I wonder, given what you've said about that need for them to make multiple deliveries very quickly, they're putting the onus on the driver, the delivery person, to get there as quick as possible, so maybe use one of these vehicles.
Yeah, and they're putting them under a lot of pressure. I mean, if you're not getting there quick enough, that's why people are modifying their bikes. I mean, one study of about 200 riders found 60% of them were modifying their bikes or buying illegal high-speed bikes. And these are, you know, vulnerable people quite often. Sometimes they don't have the right to work in the UK. They're being tempted over and told that they can get a job, and there's no oversight by these companies. And it's very clear, all of our evidence that we received, everyone's pointing the finger at the delivery companies, saying it's their business practices which are leading to this problem. The oversight's not sufficient. People can sell or rent accounts, and that's leading to kind of gangmaster relationships with some of these riders. And yeah, it's all coming from the delivery companies. In Spain, they actually managed to introduce a new law, and they really had to fight the delivery companies to get them to comply, to stop them using this fake freelancing, as they called it. And in this case, in this country, we could close the loophole. We could stop them from classing these riders not as workers, give them back minimum pay, give them back oversight over the riders, so that they're not taking these risks with their own safety and other people's, and that they're getting paid a decent wage and, you know, have some sort of dignity in their working life, because at the moment they're really being exploited, and it's in broad daylight on our high streets, as you've seen in the video.
Laura, it is fascinating to talk to you. Thank you so much for coming in to tell us about the report.
Laura.
And we are going to continue to talk about this too. We're going to be discussing e-bikes later in the programme, and we would like to hear your thoughts. Lots of ways to get in touch with us today.